Welcome to News Mongolia, where we bring you the latest stories and updates from across the nation and beyond. I'm Batsir Namshar. On News Mongolia today, the Mongolia-Turkmenistan Business Forum was held. Law enforcement personnel plant over 100,000 trees. Bullying among peers in a school environment is increasing. For the news, stay tuned. On the invitation of the President of Mongolia, Ukhnagin Khurulsukh, the President of the Turkmenistan, Serdar Berdimuhamedov, paid a state visit to Mongolia. As part of the visit, the Mongolia-Turkmenistan Business Forum was held at the Mongolian National Chamber of Commerce and Industry on June 2nd, 2025.
During the business forum, members of the government, officials from the National Chambers of Commerce, and over 100 representatives from the public and private sectors of both countries participated. They discussed a wide range of opportunities in trade, investment, and economic cooperation. Participants exchanged information about current economic conditions, the business environment, and the legal framework for investment in the respective countries.
An exhibition and fair of traditional Turkmen carpets and handicrafts was organized as part of the forum, where Mongolian carpet and textile companies also displayed their products and exchanged experiences on technology, design, and raw material selection for manufacturing. Mongolian and Turkmen businesses have been working together on numerous projects intending to strengthen their cooperation and improve and balancing economic turnover. Last year, the two sides also signed agreements to collaborate on transportation and logistics issues.
The forum served as a platform for Mongolian and Turkmen businesses to enhance cooperation in sectors such as food, agriculture, textiles, and knitwear. Business representatives from both sides held B2B meetings where they discussed the implementation of joint trade and investment projects and programs. The event was seen as a vital step in establishing direct contacts and laying the groundwork for long-term partnerships.
This exhibition of carpets and handicrafts was organized to further strengthen the relations between Mongolia and Turkmenistan. We see it as a manifestation of our two countries' willingness to expand relations not only in culture and art, but also in all areas. In addition to clothes and jewelry from the Museum of Turkmenistan, the exhibition also presents world-famous Turkmen carpets. Turkmen carpets are a centuries-old traditional handicraft that requires meticulous work.
At the time, Turkmenistan traded with over 100 countries, including the Russian Federation, the People's Republic of China, Iran, and Turkey. The country's annual exports had reached $12.7 billion, while imports totaled $7.3 billion. Turkmenistan exported natural gas, oil products, grains, carpets, and carpet products, and imported machinery, food, and pharmaceuticals.
As part of Mongolia's national push for reforestation, over 100,000 trees were planted this spring by law enforcement agencies and internal troops, alongside efforts to raise public awareness on the importance of tree care and climate resilience. Under the Billion Trees national movement, initiated by the President of Mongolia, personnel of the law enforcement agency and the internal troops of Mongolia planted a total of 101,673 trees in 182 locations as the part of tree planting efforts in spring 2025. They planted 12 species of trees, including spruce, laurel leaf poplar, Siberian elm, and Siberian pea shrub, on 50.8 hectares of land. Also, an advocacy initiative Let's Plant Trees in Our Yards is being implemented under the Billion Trees national movement, which aims at informing and educating the public about the importance of planting, nurturing, and protecting trees to mitigate global climate change, safeguard and expand forest and water resources, and maintain ecological balance. Bullying in schools continues to be a serious concern across Mongolia, with alarming psychological and legal consequences for children. Authorities are calling for stronger preventive measures and more responsibility from both educators and parents.
According to the National Police Agency, approximately 100 bullying-related crimes are reported and investigated each year. These offenses range from physical and verbal abuse to violations of a child's dignity, leaving lasting emotional scars.
Each year, the police investigate around 100 bullying-related crimes involving harm to health, dignity, and verbal abuse. These incidents cause severe emotional distress, leading children to lose interest in school and, in some cases, seek to transfer. Many are unable to talk openly with their parents about these issues. On the other hand, some parents lack the culture of maintaining regular communication with their adolescents. They fail to understand what their child is going through, and when a problem is raised, some respond with poor advice, like, "Why don't you just fight back?" Police are working with general educational schools and training centers to raise awareness about laws and the legal responsibilities under the criminal and administrative offenses codes. Depending on the severity of harm caused, bullying could be categorized as physical assault, defamation, or verbal abuse, and is investigated accordingly. The law on child protection also mandates that educational institutions must have a child protection policy and are responsible for ensuring children's rights and safety. Furthermore, school teachers and social workers are legally obligated to report incidents of violence. Failure to report or conceal such cases, including crimes or serious offenses, will result in disciplinary action, job reassignment, or even criminal prosecution under the Criminal Code.
As officials emphasize, protecting children is a shared duty, and turning a blind eye to bullying may no longer go without legal consequence. More than ever, fostering open dialogue at home and enforcing strong child protection policies in schools is essential to safeguarding our youth.
You're watching News Mongolia. Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs.
The government of Mongolia and the International Civil Aviation Authority will jointly organize the Asia-Pacific Facilitation Regional Forum on Air Transport Facilitation in Ulaanbaatar on July 7 to 8, 2025. This Facilitation Regional Forum coincides with the 75th anniversary of the International Civil Aviation Authority's Annex 9 to the Chicago Convention and the 100th anniversary of the establishment of the Mongolian Air Force. Mongolia will host representatives from 39 member countries of International Civil Aviation Authority across the Asia-Pacific region. The forum will serve as a strategic platform to strengthen national air transport facilitation programs and committees, enhance border and customs coordination, and promote regional cooperation. Key topics to be discussed during the forum include the implementation of the International Civil Aviation Authority Public Key Directory, passenger data systems such as Advanced Passenger Information and Passenger Name Record, the United Nations City Travel Program, as well as the integration of emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, automation, and smart border control solutions. These efforts collectively contribute to advancing a safe, interconnected, and efficient global air transport system. Facilitation Regional Forum 2025 will offer an opportunity for dialogue among member countries, international experts, and relevant stakeholders to share experiences, discuss emerging challenges, and foster enhanced cooperation across the region.
Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Now let's take a look at international news from our partner agencies. Israeli authorities claim that nearly 108 trucks are waiting at the Kerem Shalom crossing, ready to enter Gaza, but remain unused due to the United Nations' refusal to collect them. The UN has expressed concerns over a new aid distribution system established inside Israeli military zones, stating it fails to address the humanitarian crisis and allows aid to be weaponized.
At least 27 Palestinians were killed approaching an aid site in Gaza, the third deadly incident in 3 days. Israel says it fired on individuals who left safe routes and ignored warnings, while Palestinians report Israeli forces shot civilians.
The UN is refusing to utilize nearly 100 aid trucks, and they are still waiting on the Gaza side of Kerem Shalom. Aid is waiting to be collected by the UN, and they are not showing up. And even worse, the UN is doing everything possible to fight against the GHF and the effort to deliver aid to the people of Gaza. So this shows some of Hamas's tactics to actually try and prevent Gazan civilians from coming and collecting aid from the Gaza Humanitarian Fund collection centers and humanitarian distribution points. This is clearly a threat to Hamas, who has controlled and manipulated the entire population through controlling the aid. We've seen the numbers on how Hamas is actually collecting millions of dollars through the aid that was distributed just a few months ago.
The Israeli military denies targeting civilians and is investigating the latest incident. The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation says no violence happened inside aid zones, but acknowledges injuries may have occurred outside designated areas.
Once Hamas refused again the Witkoff proposal, it's very clear. We will continue in our efforts to destroy Hamas, to dismantle it, to disarm it, and to take its civilian power. I think the recent day has shown how Hamas is losing control over the Gaza Strip. Israel has said 3 months ago, 2 months ago, and yesterday as well, it will continually to say tomorrow as well, we said yes to the Witkoff proposal. But unfortunately, Hamas continues to refuse it.
The conflict shared after Hamas militants killed about 1,200 people and took hostages in October 2023. Israel's military campaign has killed over 54,000 Palestinians, mostly civilians, according to Gaza health officials. Israel claims they have killed 20,000 militants but has not provided proof.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you tomorrow with more news and updates. Goodbye.